All right, everybody. Here we are live with Neve. It is 8 o'clock on the East Coast, and we are here for our Halloween spooktacular. Let me bring up Irish and Julie. Our two pals are here. Julie has been working her fingers to the bone working on this, and all I can say is she's done a massive job. Hey,
Oh,
Jules, how are
yeah,
you?
I hope so.
No, you
Good, how
did.
are you?
I'm all right. It's Saturday, or it's beautiful out, having a lovely day, and eating well. How's things down in Florida for you?
Oh, good. It's not raining, and that's good because my battery died and my window won't go up. So,
Oh no!
and so I have to wait till tomorrow before, of course, because I called first thing this morning and nobody's available, right?
Oh
Because it's
boy!
Saturday, and then I'm asking about, well, what does tomorrow look like? And every slot was open. I'm like, oh, duh, because it's football. So
Oh, no
everybody
kidding.
is
That explains it.
so everybody was
Wow.
out
Who'd
today
have thought?
and take care of their car, and tomorrow nobody's doing shit except watching
That
football.
explains it. That explains it. Bummer for you. I
Yeah,
know.
it's okay. I'll get taken
Oh
care of.
well, you're safe at Castle Bruno, so you'll be all right.
Yeah, there you
You're here
go.
with us. You have let's bring Irish. Here we go. I was wondering, he's sitting
Castle
there in the corner
Bruno,
by
where the
himself.
vampires go.
That's right.
So what are you up
Yes.
to, Carl? How's things up in the Detroit regions?
Girl, fine.
Mm. You having plenty to eat these days?
Yeah, mustard and biscuits, you know.
Mm. Do you like those mustard and Cheeto sandwiches?
Oh my
That's a
god.
prison thing, you know. You make that. You just take everything in the store, you mix it all together, and you eat it. You know, you figure it makes a turd, so it's good.
You getting some nutrition? You're all good.
It's carbs and sugar, and you eat it, and you just go. Ugh.
Yeah. Hopefully, give you a nice sleep.
Oh my
Something
god.
like
Carb
that.
crash. You know.
Well, we do have some. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Bonnie
Hey,
Knight.
Bonnie. Wow, we
Hi,
have not
Bonnie.
seen you. I know
Bonnie,
we do have a
welcome.
little echo, Bonnie. I know it's
Welcome.
one
I
of
think
those
I
things
think
that
you might have gone away. I hope.
I think it's some kind of poltergeist activity. Hi,
Well,
Irish.
are you haunted, Irish?
Answer.
Wouldn't you
Yeah, there
like
he
to
is.
know? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So,
Well,
so
so go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to ask you, Jules, do you have any? I know we have special plans. This is all Halloween spooktacular for us. I mean, we've got something coming, and we have Project X.
This is episode 1 of our horrific Halloween hours that will be
Yes.
coming every Saturday in October. That's 5 of them. Five,
Wow.
five, not 4, 5. So 5 Saturdays of yes,
And we actually we
fun.
hope that you'll join us in some sort of costume. That could be anything from your birthday suit to a new set of
I know.
shoes and a
Send
towel,
us.
whatever you find, Bonnie. Whatever you find necessary, you're welcome to come on and cut the rug with us.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
and
So
look, if anybody's hurt by this Saturnalia we're about to start, if you have any problems with breathing, or you're pregnant or prone to the vapors, please
was
be
this
careful. I'm giving
amusement
them a
ride?
disclaimer. We don't want people getting heart attacks and dying on our dime. It's Halloween. You never know what could happen. Some asshole will
Wow.
sue us. I'm telling you, they'll
I hope
sue
my
us.
shit's that. I hope my shit's that impressive, but I doubt
Well,
it.
we'll have to find out. I'll let history
You're
be the
pretty
judge.
impressive, Jules. I'm just saying.
I'm telling you. Hmm.
Whatever. All right. Well, let's get started here, shall we? Let's
All
roll,
right, so some
gentlemen.
spook stuff. If you're scared of spooks and goblins and all those things, well, just
Too
watch
bad.
out because they're all here at Live with Neve.
Ah, broken is the golden bowl, the spirit flown forever. Let the bell toll, a saintly soul floats on the Stygian river. And Guy de Vere, hast thou no tear? Weep now or nevermore. See, on your drear and rigid bier, low lies thy love, Lenore. Come, let the burial rite be read, the funeral song be sung, an anthem for the queenliest dead that ever died so young, a dirge for her, the doubly dead in that she died so young. Wretches, ye loved her for her wealth, and ye hated her for her pride, and when she fell in feeble health, you blessed her that she died. How shall the ritual then be read? The requiem, how be sung? By you, by yours, the evil eye? By yours, the slanderous tongue that did to death the innocents that died, and died so young? Peccavimus, yet rave not thus, but let a Sabbath song go up to God so solemnly the dead may feel no wrong. The sweet Lenore hath gone before with hope that flew beside, leaving thee wild of the dear child that should have been thy bride. For her, the fair and debonair, that now so lowly lies, the life upon her yellow hair, but not within her eyes. The life still there upon her hair, the death upon her eyes. Avaunt, avaunt from fiends below, the indignant ghost is riven from hell unto a high estate far up within the heaven, from grief and groan to a golden throne beside the King of Heaven. Let no bell toll then, lest her soul amid its hallowed mirth should catch the note as it doth float up from the damned earth. And I, tonight my heart is light, no dirge will I upraise, but waft the angel on her flight with a paean of old days.
How about you see the ghostly apparition
Wow.
in here?
That was great.
Wow,
That was a ghostly
scary.
apparition. I don't know where it came from, but isn't that cool?
That was terrifying.
You know, I think that's right out of the Spear File, which is a new book I'm going to be writing. It's like the X-Files, only weirder. It's kind of a country version of it. Little hot sauce, you know, kind of a down-home feel, stabbing people and shit.
Jesus.
People
So,
getting stabbed.
Jules,
You know?
what was the horror movie when you were a kid? What was the one that got you?
The one that really
As a-
got me, I think it was
as
the
a kid?
werewolf. The
Yeah, no, like
werewolf
when you
freaked
guys
me
were
out.
kids, like what was the one movie that just like made you not want to go to your room?
Oh
I,
God.
I think it was the werewolf when I was young. Just something about him creeped me, you know. And I still like a good werewolf movie.
Yeah,
It
me too.
was, I will tell you, it was Vertigo.
Vertigo. Oh yeah, yeah. That's
That
definitely.
that dream sequence. Dun 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 dun
Yep.
dun 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 dun. That's what I need to find. And then it shows all the creepy chick in the Spanish hair up and everything in the outfit, and she's sitting there in the museum and slowly turns her head as a ghost. Toot, 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 toot. That is the creepiest fucking thing ever. I get chills now.
Yep, and the creepiest thing ever is that I just noticed your shirt after I asked the question. For me, it was
Oh,
Pet
right. Look at that
Sematary.
Halloween garb. How cool is that?
Now,
Listen.
yeah,
Oh, that fucking movie.
yeah.
Fuck that movie.
You
Which
know,
one?
it's interesting.
The original or the remake?
The original, back when it
Yes,
was
the original.
Gage.
Right.
Zelda's gonna come and get you.
I know.
Fuck that
Fuck
thing.
that place. That fucking cat and shit. Fuck that. The new one though had great special effects, but it just
You know, the new one though, it was truer to the book.
yeah.
You know, it was the
Right.
girl, but the first one, man, when like now I want to come play with you. It's like
That's creepy.
fuck that thing. Fuck that thing.
Double tap, center mass, 2 to the head, 2 more just to
Yes.
be safe.
Double tap.
I'm sorry, man. That thing
Triple
pops up
tap.
in my living room right now. He's gonna have problems.
That's what we need to do. Put up the rules of Zombie Land.
It was always
Homie,
something from
don't play
Stephen
that.
King too. Like when I was a little kid, right? And like my family thought, oh, look how funny, let's make him watch Cujo.
Oh, I
Yeah,
read
they
that when I
probably
was like
traumatized
11.
you for years.
I read that
Never
when I was
see a
11.
dog, God forbid, a Saint
Yeah.
Bernard come on at Christmas. The fucking poor bastard will be reaching for us, the fire iron,
Yeah, a big dumb with the barrel, and he's like, how you guys doing? I'm like,
Yeah. Sadly, those dogs aren't really the greatest around kids. They, from what I experienced when I worked as a vet tech, a lot of those dogs can be pretty freaking mean.
Yeah. That's
Big, beautiful dog, but man, it'll hit you. It's a big dog that
Yeah.
get obstreperous,
Old bogey.
But
so.
yeah.
Speaking of which, what was your favorite? What was your terror movie?
For me,
Yeah.
it was Pet Cemetery.
Oh,
That's why I
right.
said it was
Oh,
weird
okay,
because I
okay.
asked
Pet
the
Sematary.
question and then I
Okay.
noticed your shirt. I was like, oh
Okay.
shit.
I think the books with Stephen King are always far more spooky when you read them.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to these lame movies they usually trot out, it's like I've seen stuff that, like for example, The Stand.
Mm-hmm.
It was well played to the script pretty much, although they shrunk the microcosm of the whole. There were so many characters, and the unedited, unabridged edition is just fabulous. But just added another half a dozen layers of complexity. People he's going to kill off anyway. So
Anytime
I
you
think,
read something, your mind takes you there anyway, and the
Right.
way your mind
Yeah.
creates, as opposed to no filmmaker can recreate what the human brain is doing.
Oh no,
Right.
that's what I say all the time too. Because like anything, my theater of the mind, oh my god, it is terror, terror, terror. And
Well,
then
Oh yeah, I
pick you
got
up.
like 17 hamsters up there on the wheel. Like they all got different personalities. One of them's cross-eyed and goofy like me. I mean, it's all bad.
We're implementing a new brainwave training program here at Live with Neve. We're all going to be able to get our brains in sync, the binaural beats, all that cool stuff.
Right, why don't we go on to the next
into the next
have.
chapter of the tale of moral degradation.
Wow, you're good. That's what we need is a contest.
I'm coming to suck your blood, and that
Yeah,
is not
I bet.
all I tell you.
Yeah, so much. Here we
Bite
go.
you.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, nothing more. Distinctly, I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from my book surcease of sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me and filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, still to the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late-night visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. That is this and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I was scarce sure I heard you. Here I opened the door, and darkness there, nothing more." Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming, dreams no mortals ever dreamed to dream before. No token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word Lenore. And this I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, Lenore. Merely this and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely there is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what threat this is, and mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment in this mystery explore. It is the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, and with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a moment stopped or stayed he, with mien of lord and lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door. He perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of its countenance it wore, "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven? Ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, 'cause little relevancy bore. We cannot help agreeing that no living being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door. bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above the chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the plastic bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further he uttered, not a feather then he fluttered, till scarcely more than muttered, other friends have failed before. On the morrow he will leave me as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, evermore. Startled at the stillness broken by a reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what if it utters his only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster till his song's one burden bore? Till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of never, nevermore? The raven, still beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat, sat in front of bird bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. As I sat engaged in guessing, no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. To some more I sat divining, my head at ease reclining, on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er, she shall press on nevermore. Then methought, the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God lent thee, by these angels he hath sent me. Respite, respite, and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff this kind of nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, evermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still as bird or devil. Whether tempest sent or tempest tossed here the ashore, desolate yet all undaunted on this desert land, enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, truly me I truly implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still of bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul, with sorrow laden if within the distant avian, clasp a sainted maiden whom the angels named Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word or sign in parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked, upstarting. Let thee back into the tempest and night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as if a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, and quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from my heart, they take thy form from my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven never flitting, just sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon that's been dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul out from that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.
Well, dude, I saw you like jump, man. That's one of those.
The damn thing came out. I was like, yeah. Damn it,
That was
Jules.
fun.
That was
It
good.
was fun.
That was great read, Neil. Great read.
Well, thank you. Thank you for great production. It
Oh,
always
yeah.
takes everything to make it a tango. That was a lot of fun. I wish we had a few more folks in here tonight, but again, they're not used to us at 8:00, so I'm sure the usual suspects will be calling tomorrow. We'll have to do a nice follow-up thing, maybe midday tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Just to
we've
see
got.
who's really spooking on the holiday, you know.
That's okay. We've got 4 more Saturdays coming up, and Irish, you've got a nice little piece here. Do you want to introduce it?
Well, this one here was actually kind of close to the heart, so it kind of read from the heart.
All right, and it is not the Telltale Heart. Just to throw it out there.
That's for another day.
Yeah, that's for another day.
Yes.
Edgar Allan Poe, published in 1875. From childhood's hour, I have not been as others were. I have not seen as others saw. I could not bring my passions from a common spring. From the same source I have not taken my sorrow. I could not awaken my heart to joy at the same tone. And all I loved alone. Then, in my childhood, in the dawn of a most stormy life, was drawn from every depth of good and ill the mystery which binds me still. From the torrent or the fountain, from the red cliff of the mountain, from the sun that round me rolled in its autumn tint of gold, from the lightning in the sky as it passed me flying by, from the thunder and the storm and the cloud that took the form, when the rest of heaven was blue, of a demon in my view.
Well, what a great
Dude,
job. What a
wow.
great job. Really,
That
really good,
was-
man.
That was an amazing read, dude. That was
That was. I wanted to hear more. You left me waiting for more, you know.
That was it. Alone, man.
That was a great Edgar Allan Poe. I wonder what the real deal was with him. Was he just some baked out guy on absinthe and liquor, just acting the fool?
Most of those guys were that wrote stuff like that. Shakespeare was another one that he was all kinds of fucked up in the brain, but boy, could he write some crazy shit.
No shit.
Unfortunately, I think that comes along with the territory. When you're creative, you got to be a little fucked up, huh?
What do you mean?
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah. That's.
They said I was fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm tired of these
fine,
people
I'm
talking about
fine,
me
I'm
that way.
fine, I'm fine. I'm fine. Leave me alone. I'm fine. Yeah.
Sort of like these people you see on local radio stations sometimes.
What the fuck?
Some of the local radio stations out in
Yeah,
flyover
speaking
country.
of like
That would be a great story. You know, there's not many stations where somebody has to sit out in the transmitter and change tapes.
Wait, are you talking about like a ham radio at a pirate station or some shit?
Yeah, like just these little shitty stations out in the middle of flyover country. They have like, you know, some church radio station or some weird white survivalist group or
Oh, like on AM.
We're handling the snakes this weekend, Jules. You gotta come down and be the
We
spirit.
got a new crop of snakes.
Oh yeah.
No, I
One
think
bit me in the face last week. I'm fine though.
Yeah,
I was protected.
I'm a little stiff on one side, like you got a stroke, but
Oh, good God.
I kind of it's all right because I can still talk. My girlfriend likes me this way.
That's what we need, some voodoo people on, or
Oh yeah, we need some kind of voodoo.
What's it called? Oh crap! And I'm sorry, I forgot the other name of the name of the other religion.
Well, you
The
know,
Wiccans?
no,
my
it's
ex was an animal officer.
Similar to voodoo.
Oh, Santeria.
Yeah, Santeria. Thank you.
Oh, there's all kinds of cool stuff to do when you're
Oh.
down in the islands.
Hmm.
Kill a few
Yeah,
chickens, you know.
That's what we need
Get
to
some
do.
dreadlocks, get your braiding done.
Then you
I like
eat the
a
chicken.
voodoo.
Smoke lots of ganja.
I'd like a voodoo priestess to come on, share a little bit with us, tell us a little bit.
Tell you
what's
what,
going on.
Julie-
Is it weird that they're kind of sexy?
Yeah.
Well, Angela
Forbidden
Bassett.
fruit,
I mean,
man. It can bite.
looking at American Horror Story and Angela Bassett in there. I mean, she's hot as shit, no matter what. But I mean, when they're
I loved American Horror Stories. I thought those were unique. I still want to see one that they make that's called like Brothel, and it's a bunch of vampire hookers that lure people in.
Oh, great.
They're all
I
addicted to
think I
heroin,
visited
but
there
they
a
can't
few
get
centuries
the
ago.
heroin, and so they eat heroin addicts.
Oh, that's even better. They get buzzed at the same time.
Are you watching this season?
Not yet. I watched
this
it. I'm going to
season-
binge it all at the end.
When
This
does it
season,
start?
It's already started. It's called Double Feature. So there's two separate storylines this season instead of one long storyline that
okay.
connects to the other seasons. So the one, so Red Tide is just finished this past week, I think, and that is about creatives, and it's a metaphor for creatives. It's very, very, very intriguing.
I'm gonna have to catch that.
Depending on where you are in your journey as a creative, you'll identify with certain people at certain times, but it is very, very interesting. So, but then the next 4 episodes are, I think, called The Desert or something like that. I don't know. So again,
All right.
I think that's where I'm at in my creative journey right now. I'm sort of wandering through Tennessee aimlessly.
In them hills.
I get a
Piggies.
hitchhiking, Here comes Gina Jones. Hey, babe, what's happening? Going
Hey,
my way?
well, we've got a couple more of these left here. You guys
Oh,
want,
right. Well, I'm waiting with surprise in mind here.
let's see.
Talk.
Thy soul shall find itself alone, mid dark thoughts of the gray tombstone. Not one of all the crowd to pry into thine hour of secrecy. Be silent in that solitude which is not loneliness, for then the spirits of the dead who stood in life before thee are again in death around thee, and their will shall then overshadow thee. Be still, for the night thou clear shall frown, and the stars shall look not down from their high thrones in the heaven, with light like hope to mortals given, but the red orbs without beam to thy weariness shall seem as a burning and a fever, which could cling to thee forever. Now our thoughts thou shalt not banish, now our visions ne'er to vanish. From thy spirit shall they pass no more. Like dewdrop from the grass, the breeze, the breath of God is still, and the mist upon the hill, shadowy yet unbroken, is a symbol and a token. How it hangs upon the trees, a mystery of mysteries.
That thing's creepy as hell.
There was all kinds of mists in here.
I know.
It's
So
creeping me out, man.
you guys
I
are
like the
creeped
mummy
out?
getting shot, though. That was
A
the
little
best
bit,
part.
yeah. Real deal shit. Like, ew.
In my
That's
mind,
cool.
I was capping him as he walked up the stairs. Then he kept
And then he
walking,
fell
so I
down.
gave
It
him
was
two
like,
more.
"Bye,
Dude, he
stupid
was
zombie."
he was so great too because he was so committed going up the steps, right? He's totally committed and everything like that. He's like doing it. He's there. He's there.
What if you
And
just
then
took a bat and went,
and just goes all the way down on his ass.
yeah. I think it's the kind of thing you could just take a snow shovel and whack the shit out of him, and he'd probably
I
be crumpled
know.
up and down at the stairs. It's like I ain't afraid of nothing. I was raised by nuns, man.
But that's what always kills me is like the zombies and shit in the mummy. They move so. This is why I always say they are the a weather equivalent to a hurricane. Zombies are the way, the monster equivalent to a hurricane, because a hurricane, you know it's coming. You got a week to pack your shit and leave. Just like zombies, you know they're coming because they move so goddamn slow. You got a week to pack your shit and leave.
What
Nobody
happens
should
if
ever
they?
die in a zombie or a hurricane.
What if we should have a zombie hurricane movie?
There
They
you
got,
go.
a
they
new
got
Start
spin on it.
Sharknado. They
Not
got
only is it
Sharknado.
raining cattle flying sideways, you got a bunch of nasty zombies kicking in the front door. Again, that won't work too good. You wonder if they don't feed for a month, are they going to just die eventually? I'm hoping.
I always like hated the one thing about like The Walking Dead. Like
Mm-hmm.
they gotta eat, but zombies don't wipe.
Sooner or later, I think you just go out there and set them all on fire. I'm creative. I will survive a bunch of damn dumb zombies. They ain't getting it over on me, man. Forget it.
Stupid zombies.
So what's your
Get outta
favorite
here.
zombie movie?
I see
don't-
zombies at Waffle House at 3 a.m. Now that's a zombie fest if you've ever been, especially down in the South. Christ Almighty.
No,
Oh, the
that-
original Night of the Living Dead was pretty freaking
Yeah,
cool.
that was pretty awesome.
Actually, I have photos of me in that cemetery where they filmed it a few years
Really?
ago. I visited
Really?
my friend in Mars, Pennsylvania, and that's where they.
What's that?
My ride's here. Can you hear the authorities?
No, we'll take your word for it.
Yeah, they're arriving anytime. You'll see me dragged out of the studio because there is really a
If it's
zombie
just
event
the
here in
red
Highlands.
lights and it's a big white thing and they come in with like a little white jacket to keep you warm, run.
They'll have me in one of those warm, comfy jackets that you wear. You're kind of like Gary Busey. You wrapped up tight.
Ah, they're coming to take.
That's
me
the worst
away.
thing ever if you got a
Ha-ha,
ball
hee,
scratch.
ho-ho.
No good.
The funny
You know,
part.
I can tell you a funny story about someone close to me. she got inducted into the hospital for being violent and stupid, and actually claiming to be eating pills. So she ends up in a local
Inducted sounds
nut
like quite an
box, right?
honor.
What happens to her? She ends up
Guys, don't
asking
tell
for
the
cigarettes
story.
for a couple of hours, and
God.
they keep keeping her from having a cigarette. Then the guy goes over and she got obstreperous. They asked her to move, and she was still thinking about that cigarette. She just KO'd his nutsack. Karate kick, like rapid, followed by a sweep right in the neck. He just like went down, and then I got a phone call from a friend of mine telling me about it, and I was just like, God, man, I'm glad it's not in my world, you know. I mean,
Well,
Jesus Christ, I've had some strange episodes, but that's like just too bizarre to
hey,
chew on.
I've got some strange ones. You want to hear a wacko story?
Absolutely,
Creepy.
It's Halloween.
Is it
So a buddy of
Halloween
mine-
story? Yes.
It's a prison story, but my buddy, real deal. Buddy of mine now, when they closed the mental institutions,
Oh yeah,
they put all those guys in the joint with us. And they didn't separate them for shit. I mean, they separated the real bad ones, like the creepy Hills Have Eyes ones, because they're like real.
Yeah, right.
You know, they got like teeth like this big and their gum lines this big. They're like, but look, man.
Are you insinuating that some of these people might be slightly inbred in some way?
Not insinuating in a bit, absolutely inbred. 100%.
Holy shit.
Uncle, mammy, jammy, yeah, all that.
Daddy, get off me. You're crushing my cigarettes.
17 generations of Uncle Daddy.
Oh, man.
But this poor guy, man, he was a good buddy of mine, too. And so they put this creepy bastard in the room with him, and he was a paranoid schizophrenic. And he always thought someone was out to get him, or somebody was stealing. He had a thing about orange juice. He'd steal a bunch of orange juices in the morning from the chow hall, put them in his shirt, take them back to the cell, put them on the thing, and the cops would come get him because you're not supposed to have this shit. So he thought his bunkie, his cellmate, my buddy Blink, and this is why we call him Blink. So he thought he stole his orange juice. So he stabbed him in the eye with a pencil and took his fucking eye out, like stabbed him through here.
Good God.
Pencil came out. His eyeball was out.
Lord have mercy.
Oh,
that's a real horror. That's a Halloween horror. Did this happen at the Halloween, holidays?
It might have been Christmas.
Jesus. Oh, an eye for an eye.
Oh yeah, and now Blink's running around like this, and we always go, "Hey,
Jesus,
look at me with your good eye. Don't look at me like that." He's like, "Man, you guys quit picking on me. That shit's serious, man." Yeah, well, you can't see any
look
difference.
at someone and you can't tell which eye you should be looking at because they're kind of like a chameleon. That kind of scopic vision. You ever seen a chameleon? They're like,
yeah,
like
or
they're pretty cool.
It's called a GoFundMe.
One eye just goes this way, one eye goes that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Rocket the raccoon.
So do you think zombies could be caused
Red
by
Rocket,
inbreeding?
Rocket goes and gets the eye. Dude, I need the eye. You gotta get the eye. I got the eye, man.
If he had OCD as well, he'd get the other eye.
Oh, asshole.
You got a zombie with OCD, runs around putting the dead people in rows.
I love those movies. Oh my God.
So tell me, is there any Halloween horror stories from the joint? You ever have? What did you guys do at Halloween?
The cool thing is like back in the day when I first went in, there was all kinds of like little decorations and stuff like that. But here's a real one. So when I came in, we went to quarantine. And in quarantine, it was the old mental institution that they closed down. And in those tunnels, you'll see these big steel doors. And if you every now and again, you'll go down there with a cool cop, like, "Hey, what's behind that door? I'm just morbidly curious." He's like, "You sure you want to see it?" "Yeah, okay." Opens up this big creaky fucking steel door with the old rivets on it. That's how old this thing is. Opens the bars. You go in there, there's a small cement slab and a hole in the floor, and there's chain hooks on the fucking walls. And there's only one reason for those to be up there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you want to talk about a eerie fucking feeling, be down in those tunnels with the lights and shit that are like every 20 feet in the middle of the cement hallway.
Were there any rumors of hauntings at the prison?
Oh yeah, there was a bunch of rumors. I never saw anything personally, but I tell you what, you get some creepy fucking vibes when you go down in them tunnels.
Now, did they have an electric chair there at some time?
Nope, they never had the electric chair, but I think the chains on the wall is worse. Just go ahead and kill me.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm sure the
God.
food in the damn, commissary would kill you too.
Yeah, that makes
Stuff.
spirits in the bathroom when you're done. Ooh.
Well, we have one more piece left. You guys want to do
Yeah,
that?
let's
Or you
roll
guys
it.
want to talk some more? You know, talk
I do want to
about
say something, Julie. Thank you for such a great job producing this segment.
Fucking rock star.
Oh, hey,
you
you
are just
guys.
a rock star.
Wow, whatever. You guys, I mean, it's a team effort, whatever.
Yes, but you are pulling it together nicely, so
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. I do for sure.
Well, I hope it's fun. Here we go.
Let's scare them up a little bit. Live with Neve.
Top 5 most haunted paintings in the world. In the 1800s, Norwegian painter Edvard Munch starts out our list with The Dead Mother. Although renowned for his painting The Scream, Munch had suffered tragedy in childhood when tuberculosis robbed the young painter of his mother and 2 siblings. The little girl in the painting stands in front of the deathbed of her mother, who clearly has passed on. Previous owners of the painting warn the little girl's eyes follow the viewer wherever they move, while others say they have also heard the sheets of the mother's bed moving and rustling. The painting is now in Bremen at the Kunsthalle. Number 4. Samantha King was the daughter of a senator during the late 1880s. Unfortunately, 4-year-old Samantha was killed after falling down a flight of stairs at the Driscoll Hotel in Austin, Texas. 1 week after her death, visitors claimed to see her ghost playing with the ball she was chasing when she died. There are other reports that Samantha can be heard giggling throughout the hotel and near the stairs where she fell to her very untimely death. Richard King, Samantha's grieving father, hired a painter to remember his daughter as she was in life. Yet present day, Driscoll Hotel employees and visitors state they feel nauseous, like they're being lifted into the air or rolling down a set of stairs, or they feel violated. Some say, if you stare at the painting long enough, Samantha's face contorts or her face widens into a smile. Check out the Yellow Rose Suite in the Driscoll next to Samantha's painting. You may just hear her wiggle the door handles and giggle.
Come on.
Jeez. I hear that creepy thing again. I'm going to be going for, some kind of a police control stick or something. Julie, I noticed that you had the little girl from what was that movie? She climbs out
The
of the
Ring.
TV. The Ring. Oh, like there's one of her friends.
Number 3. The Crying Boy. The Crying Boy painting is known to be cursed, as the UK had alleged stories of dozens of house fires during the 1980s. Each where a copy of this cursed print was supposedly hung in each home, which was then later destroyed by fire. Each print was preserved and untouched by the smoke destroyed along with her home, all except for one, the Crying Boy. It still hung clean and free of damage from the house fire, just as each UK resident supposedly claimed of their print of the painting after they lost their home to fire. That painting of the Crying Boy still remained unsinged. Some alleged reports say owners tried to burn their print of the Crying Boy. However, not one flame can even touch it.
Damn it.
That's good, man. I thought that was
Creepy.
somebody I used to go out
The
with.
Anguished Man. Painter.
Anguished Man.
Unknown.
Sounds like John Spear a few
Why
weeks ago.
unknown? Sean Robinson, owner of the Anguished Man portrait, shares a macabre story. Robinson shares the unnamed artist was highly disturbed, mixing his own blood into the paint, thus seemingly transferring his anguish onto the canvas. Soon after the painting was completed, the tale goes on to warn the troubled painter committed suicide. Robinson claims the painting causes many household disturbances, such as moaning, strange sounds, pets who behave distressed and full of anxiety, plus bizarre, shadowy figures, and more. Robinson kept a log of the hauntings he experienced as they worsened the longer he kept the painting out. Robinson states the painting is safely stored now, away from harming anyone.
Jules, you're creeping me out.
Yeah, the thing looked like some kind of demonic love doll. Do you notice that?
Ah, here's the best one though.
Oh, Julie, you're saving the best for last. Look at the old creepy clown sneaking around. I hate those things.
And now we come to number one. The most haunted painting in the world. The hands resist. by
Just say no, baby.
Stonheim.
Ugh.
Ugly little bastard, isn't he?
Hey, listen to his story.
The hands resist him painted as an expression of the artist's adoption has been deemed the most haunted painting in the world. Goosebumps and chills tingle just at the utterance of the title. You see the artist as a boy next to a creepy, black-eyed, life-sized doll. Owners have stated the doll comes to life, as does the boy, claiming they leave the painting at night. Others have taken infrared images of the picture and have found the doll and boy to be hot. The creepiest part of the painting is not just the black-eyed doll or the boy's expression. It's the disembodied hands reaching from the blackness, pressing against the glass doors to the boy's back. The hands resist him seems to express it all in that title. Chills, goosebumps run up and down at the mere mention of the title of that piece. When the painting was purchased from a gallery in the mid-1970s, a decade later, the owner of the gallery, an art critic whom had written about the painting, and the buyer himself of the painting had all died suddenly. The hands resist him is safely stored away at a different gallery now. Claims that even the print itself has the power to make people physically ill and cause blackouts. The hands resist him. The number one haunted painting in the world.
I'm scared now.
Good night.
Mm-hmm. Even Carl left. He did. Left him
Sleep
haters and
tight.
everything. He's out of here.
And don't let any of these creepy paintings come to life.
Really?
Yeah, that creepy old love doll came back. Jesus, God Almighty.
I might have messed myself a little bit.
I think so. Listen, I
That was
got
funny.
some extra paper towels there, Carl. Don't worry about it. We'll
I'm
get you
gonna need
cleaned
a
up.
wet nap.
You
That
go
was
clean up,
bad.
get you a wet nap. You'll be good.
That's
Wow,
good.
man. Creepy.
Did you get the
Jules, I'm gonna
hippie?
have little weird
Yeah,
dreams
it's fucking
tonight.
creepy as fuck, man.
That was.
Was it really? Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah.
You did a
I'm
great
never,
job.
never
Very
sure.
nice.
Because it's like it's weird. Like when you're behind it, then you're kind of like, huh? It loses the creepiness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, when
It's like a
never
great
really hear
chef
the
who cooks
creepiness
is
when
never
you're reading
hungry.
it.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Oh.
There you
I mean,
go.
it doesn't sound as creepy when we're reading it. It doesn't until afterwards. Then you start to go, wow. I used to
I
have
do.
a one of those out of a magazine records. It was some Halloween shit, and it was supposed to turn it on behind you. And it started out like this. You're sitting comfortably. And all of a sudden in the dark, it's dark, and you hear something. Something's amiss. Something is coming towards you. There are fingers, hands reaching behind you. They're slowly getting closer. Slowly they get closer, and you feel your hair on your neck rise. And it went on from there. It was like some kind of demented guided meditation, you know.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
But it was spooky. My little 12-year-old self, when it finally went, "Ah," and it grabbed you, I'd like jump up on the
Yeah,
seat.
that's what I was waiting on. I was waiting for you to get my ass, you fucker.
I didn't do it because I'm down in the bunker. I'm down in the bunker, and I don't want to irritate my neighbors too much. Other than breathing air.
There's got to be times that you just kind of feel like having like one of those air horns, just like, hey,
Yeah,
sorry.
it happens. It happened at like 3 in the morning twice.
And then when they start to yell at you, like interrupt them every time they go to say something, like, there's
Well,
something
Neil-
funny about when you
they're
make somebody
nice
really
people,
mad
but
like that. I
a
don't know
little
why it's
haunted.
so funny, but it is.
Neil, what do we have coming up next Saturday for Halloween? For a Halloween horrific Halloween hour.
I have rumblings of a band, but I won't. I don't want to.
I thought there was a film thing.
Oh, I forgot about that. Right. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's after
yes,
9.
everybody watching, we got
Great,
the
yeah.
Highlands Film Festival, Horror Film Fest. This is the third one here, and my good friend Rob Neller has put this together. He has
And
a
you'll
great
be-
everything from gore to suspense to Hitchcockian. I don't think
you-
that's a word, but
I
be
use
really
it all the time. Yes, and you're live streaming. Yes.
I will be there live streaming and
Sweet.
terrorizing the audience.
Yeah.
I'm
So
going
we'll
to
get
have
plenty.
some fun, try and see some people really scared. And, I'm going to
Right.
go up and see how scared I can make people. I'm going to give out lawyer cards from the attorney for their husband or wife. Your husband asked me to give this to you. Your wife told me to give this to you.
Ugh, that is scary.
We'll do a little sales, while we're out there, pick up a few bucks. But it's going to be a good thing, though. I've seen some bits of it, and they are tremendous. In fact, we'll probably show a couple next week.
I bet you Rich could do some pretty cool artwork on the horror scene.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
The richness, Rich Imparata. He's the badass.
Rich Parada. He'll be on on the 15th, I think it is.
Yeah,
a couple weeks.
I
with,
watch him
with the
draw.
Excelsior
It's
guys.
damn impressive.
Oh
I
yeah,
know, he's amazing.
he's just a great guy too.
Yeah,
We
he's
love
fun.
the richness. He's just a good guy. He's got a great sense of humor, and he's just a character. He fits into our weird little universe here very well, I think.
I mean, we could all do like our Halloween things. You can just kind of go. We have the sultry jewels, the vampire jewels that no one can resist.
We can have that
And then you
special
can have, like,
video
the
available
Madman
for
Neil.
a little extra money,
Then you can just do the psycho. When I had to be psycho in prison, I can just give you my prison look, which is actually kind of creepy.
Yeah, let's see it.
Maybe you can take that up for Halloween, the night of the big show. Tonight we've got a really big show. We have convicted murderer. No, I'm kidding.
Hi.
You're right.
I'm fine.
He wants
They
to
tell
come
me
over
I
to your
was-
house and borrow the guest room for a month or two. You can feed him cheap though. He just eats fried potatoes
I'm fixing to kill you with it.
with that big old sickle.
I call it a
Speaking of
sling
which-
blade. Other people call it a Rick blade. I call it a sling blade.
I
Here,
might call it a Kaiser blade.
we
I
have one.
done, I done took to the playing the drums now. So this
Oh
is what
yeah, there
Carl
you
does
go.
these days.
What if Carl was part of a group of triplets?
Oh, good God.
I think it would be impressive. I mean, because what if he was just like some creepy dude, and then he starts like playing off Mike Portnoy and Neil Peart? Like,
Oh yeah, right. All of a sudden, he goes from having some sort of disorder to being like Mike Portnoy. Having never met him, I don't know if he has a personality
I
or
hit
not.
the snare with it, and I didn't. I use my hands for other things.
I bet you do, Carl.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That put a smile on your face, does it?
Oh, good Lord! It's definitely after 8 o'clock, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
yes, it
we're coming up
absolutely
to our last couple things here before we go out. So
Oh, good. You have some more. Do you have any kind of Elvira thing going on this year, Jules?
me?
Little Elvira work?
Oh
Ooh.
God, no. I was what was her
If you
name?
haven't, you should.
Oh, okay, thanks. I was
The fans will expect it. You'll get some new photos.
Mm-hmm.
what was her name? Oh, geez, from freaking Guardians of the Galaxy, green chick. What's her name? Anyways, yeah, I had that costume.
Gamora.
Gamora. Thank you. Oh my God, how do
What
I
a
not
great
know that,
name.
right?
She sounds like a lot of fun at parties.
Yeah.
That'd be
Okay.
actually cool.
Huh?
We could all do Guardians of the Galaxy. That'd be sweet.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh my God, how have you
It's
not seen
actually,
that?
look, it's good.
It's
Watch it.
amazing. It's so
You
hilarious.
wouldn't think it would be, and then I watched it. I was like, "This is sweet." Marvel.
It was like
Yeah.
a sleeper hit. Seriously, like at the
I'll
end
have
of
to
the
check
summer.
it out. I'll have to check it out. See.
Yeah, definitely
there's
worth
a lot
watching.
of good stuff that I just kind of went,
Yeah, well, yeah, check it out. Well,
I mean-
before we go, let's
Yes.
do some more Halloween, and then we'll be back. Oh well, that one doesn't work. That's okay.
It's me.
Ah!
Hi.
Thanks, Joe.
Are you my new cellmate?
Mm.
Mm.
You want a candy bar?
Okay.
What have you got there, big boy?
Yeah, if you guys would
Snickers.
check it-
That's sorry. I walk a mile for a camel.
Let me
Oh,
see your
Julie,
moon
everybody
pies.
thinks you're so demure and pure as wind-driven snow, and look at you over there.
You are pure as wind-driven snow.
We're gonna have to get Father Guido Sarducci in here to exercise you after this whole Halloween experience.
Father Guido comes down to the cell block once every week to collect his dues.
Yeah, we'll drag her down to the Hard Rock and get her looped up and let the Guido, I don't know, exercise her.
Good Lord.
Have her speaking in heads, speaking in tongues, all that happy shit, head spinning around. Now that's entertainment.
We're still in family hour, Neil.
Oh God,
Yeah, we're still
Sorry.
in family hour.
you've not met my family.
And there's that.
You know,
I
we
got
all
my
have our
family right
cross
here.
to bear.
They're hanging
There
out
we
with me.
go. Yes, hanging out with my family right now.
Is
Well,
that
we've got-
Halloween spooktacular, Julie?
Yes. Well, so next week we've got the Highlands Horror Fest, right? It's starting at 8 o'clock, or what time is
It is starting at 8 o'clock, both Friday and then on Saturday it's starting in the afternoon. I believe at 4 o'clock, but we're going to be posting more about it Monday because I have a brand new graphic supposedly coming for it.
Cool.
Oh, yay.
So,
Awesome.
Rob Neller, everybody here who's a local watching my show, get out and check out some good horror. If you grew up being terrified, and you find the potholes in town quite terrifying, come down and check out these movies because they're almost scarier than local politics. I think you'll find it a great night,
Oh,
and we'll all be out there. We're going to have friends. We're going to have the red carpet. It's going to be a good time. And again, support your local musicians, artists.
always.
Wherever you're at, people, it's easy. $1 or $2 given to a musician makes a huge difference. Every dollar helps. And
Yeah.
There's groups, save this, save the whales, well, fuck the whales. No, I'm kidding. I say save the musicians, and the whales will do okay.
Yeah, we need the musicians there, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
But
so, Jules, what do you got going on this weekend? Any big plans? Oh,
I'm not
think
Jules.
Julie
way better
froze
looking
up,
than me.
man. She's down in the dungeon now.
I am actually gonna go. Yeah, so these were my headphones.
Oh, yes, the kitty got onto him.
Good vibes, man. We
I
really
know.
want to. We really need this cat to be okay.
He'll be okay.
Ugh.
I know you're terrified.
Here we go again.
Poor little kitty. He'll be okay. Hopefully, he didn't swallow the damn thing.
I'm gonna rip, have him rip his teeth out, and he can gum his food because this shit's getting out of hand with these wires.
Oh boy.
All I can think of is like National Lampoon's Vacation. Remember when the cat went under the thing and ate the?
Oh, jeez.
And sorry, Christmas is coming, Neil.
Yeah, it is really quick too.
Yeah, it is.
So thank you everybody for watching tonight at our first Halloween spectacular, and it'll be on all week or a month. And thanks. It's Irish and Julie's clicking back in before we say goodbye.
Oh my gosh! Yes. Sorry about that. Stupid.
Awesome job, too, Jules.
Just dead Jules. I'm telling you, man. Well, listen, Julie, thank you so much for doing a great job tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
I appreciate it. We had fun, and we have lots of more fun coming up the rest of the week. And don't forget, Project X is coming. Something completely new.
Check us out. All right, guys. Well, have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Peace, everybody. We love you from Live with Neve. We're out of here.
All right, guys. I got to go check a cat.
After first weekend of October.